Hey guys, it's Not Lammers of Invoked 101, and today I'm doing an updated Cyberdark deck profile. This is a deck that I did a little while ago, but it featured 3 Armageddon Knight in it, and as you know, on the last ban list, Armageddon Knight got hit. And while we are kind of in ban list season right now, because it's the ban list was no sooner than the 21st, and I'm currently recording this on the 24th, I felt that it was time to update this deck. So this deck is basically banlist proof at this point, unless they do something weird to a certain card, but aside from that, this deck is pretty banlist proof. And of course, if you want to see more deck profiles from me, if you want to see more decks on the channel, be sure to back us on Patreon. That would help us out a lot and be able to help me finish out a lot of decks. So without further ado, I'm going to set the extra deck and the spells off to the side. I'm going to zoom in just a touch more, and we're going to talk about the Cyberdark deck. So the first one, and my personal favorite, is Cyberdark Edge. I play 3 Edge. I think all the Cyberdarks you kind of have to play 3 of in the deck. So I play 3 Cyberdark Edge. And all the Cyberdarks feature a shared effect and then a bonus effect. So their shared effect is that when they're normal summon, they can equip a level 3 or... Oh, I think it's just a level 3. It might be level 3 or lower. Level 3 or lower dragon to the card, and then it gains attack equal to the attack of the equipped monster, and if it would be destroyed by battle, you send the equipped card to the graveyard instead. Edge's unique effect is that he can attack directly, but his attack is cut in half, so that's pretty nice. Then I have 3 Horn. Horn's bonus effect is that he deals piercing damage, and then for the machines, I play 3 Keel, and Keel's bonus effect is that he does burn damage. When he destroys something by battle, he does 300 burn damage. And then for the Dragon Cyberdarks, this is the new stuff, which is actually pretty good. They have 3 effects. So the first Dragon, which is Cyberdark Cannon, each of them have a discard effect. This one searches a monster by discarding. It searches any machine Cyberdark. Then if it's sent to the graveyard while equipped, you draw a card, and if the equipped monster battles, you get to send any card from your deck to the graveyard, I believe. Send 1 monster, sorry, not 1 card, 1 monster. So, then we have 3 Cyberdark Claw. You discard him to add a Cyberdark spell or trap from your deck to your hand. If he's sent to the graveyard while equipped to a Cyberdark monster, you get to add a Cyberdark monster from your graveyard to your hand, which can even be himself. And then his effect while he's equipped, if the equipped monster battles while this card is equipped to it, you can send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard. So that's pretty cool. Lets you load up the graveyard for your Cyberdark Dragon and Cyberdarkness Dragon. But that's it for the Cyberdark monsters. So we played 3 of each of them because I really don't think there's a reason not to play 3 of each of them. 3 Lang Lang, this thing is pretty cool. If this card is in the graveyard, it's a Dragon Union level 3 Dark, so it's basically a Cyberdark. While equipped to a monster, the monster's original attack becomes 1000, and then it can declare 2 attacks during the battle phase, and of course it has the Union effect where if it would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you send this to the graveyard instead. I like playing Lang Lang in this deck. A lot of people don't like playing Lang Lang, but I think it's pretty cool, especially with some of the other cards in the deck, specifically the Dragon Ravine. And then aside from that, we have the limited cards, which is Dark Arm Dragon, which you can pull off every so often, and Armageddon Knight. A lot of people comment in my comment section, always ask, where's the Dark Arm Dragon? There it is. It's in Cyberdarks of all places. Alright, next up, for the spells, I'm playing 3 Cyberdark Inferno. This card is insane. Makes your equipped Cyberdarks untargetable, lets you pick up a Cyberdark and re-summon it so it gets its effect back off, and then of course, if it's destroyed by a card effect, by your opponent's card effect, you get to search a Polymerization or a Fusion card. So it lets you search Overload Fusion, which is pretty cool. That's the first field spell we play, and then of course I mentioned it earlier, I played 2 Dragon Ravine. I'm still playing Dragon Ravine. Don't play the 3rd one anymore, mostly because I don't have a 3rd common one. But I don't play the 3rd one anymore because I don't need to play it. I think that the 2 is just fine, especially when I'm playing 2 Terraforming. So, there we go. So that's my field spell package. It's a lot smaller. It's not the... I cut it down to 5 instead of like the 7 that I was playing. For our one-ofs, Dark Hole for the board wipe, This searches Armageddon Knight. This summons Armageddon Knight. And this is another fusion card that lets you summon Cyberdark Dragon. I rarely pull this off. You only ever really get this off if you have all 3 in the graveyard and then you search this with Claw. I have done this from the hand, but it's such a neg from the hand that it's not even worth it. How this works is it shuffles the materials on Cyberdark Dragon from hand, field, or graveyard back into the deck, and then summons Cyberdark Dragon. So the only real way that this is actually worth using is if it's from grave. But that's the one-ofs for our more useful stuff. I play 2 Allure now. I ripped these out of my Cubic deck because my Cubic deck is slowly becoming nothing, and this was like the last thing in there that I can use in a lot of things before I start converting Cubics into something else or giving up on that deck altogether. So I put the Allures in here because I've played this deck more times in the past year than I have Cubics, which boils down to about I've played this twice and I've played Cubics like 0. So and then of course 2 Overload, you can search it. This makes Cyberdark Dragon and Cyberdarkness Dragon. 2 Power Bond, same thing. What Power Bond really comes down to is hoping you draw into the 5 Cyberdark monsters, because you really want that 4,000 Cyberdarkness Dragon. Even though it has like no protection on it, it's just really sad when a monster that requires 5 materials has 2,000 attack, and I really hate the fact that they did that to Cyberdarks. I wish they would have just completely retrained Cyberdark Dragon. But that's it for the spells. And then I do play 3 traps. I play Compulse, Compulse, Compulse. So this is basically so Cyberdarks can't actually play. This is just like a get out of my way card. And I like this card a lot. I think it's pretty useful in Cyberdarks simply because it moves something away from you, and of course Cyberdarks do have a tough time dealing with stuff, so I think that this card is definitely nice in Cyberdarks. As for extra deck, we have Cyberdark Dragon, who gains 100 attack, who has a whopping 1,000 attack for a monster that requires 3 materials, 3 specific materials, and then it gains 100 per card in the per monster in the graveyard, not per card, and that's about it. Oh, and when it's summoned, you're going to equip a dragon from your graveyard to it, and it gains attack equal to the equip. Wow. Then we have Cyberdarkness Dragon, who is just a bigger version of this. He has 2,000 attack and requires 5 Cyberdark monsters, 5 Cyberdark effect monsters. He can equip a machine or dragon when he's summoned, and gains its attack. And then he has a negation. Let me read. When your opponent activates a card or effect, you can send 1 equipped card you control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy it. So it's any equipped card, and I remember whenever this card first came out, people were like, oh, are we going to start playing equips and Cyberdarks? And it's like, no. This guy works pretty well with Cyberdark Inferno, because you can just send like an equip off of Edge to the graveyard, and then pick up Edge, normal summon it, and gain the equip back. So that's pretty nice. Aside from that, we have Chimera of Fleecia. You send this to the graveyard with Claw to search Overload Fusion. Then we have Elder Entity into Tis. You send this to the grave with Claw to pop a card. I really do wish I do have a second one. It's just in my collection binder because I like to collect the HP Lovecraft cards, and this is one of them, so that's why I only have one of the extra. And then 1 Cyber End Dragon to equip to the Cyberdarkness Dragon. I really should play a 5-headed dragon in the extra, or like just like Blue Eyes Ultimate, so that way I can equip it to Cyberdark Dragon, because then Cyberdark Dragon will be like 5k or 6,000, but it really won't matter because Cyberdark Dragon sucks. Setting that aside, the actual good dragon targets I have, because I always forget I have them, is Shooting Quasar, and Shooting Star Dragon. So this is a really cool play, because if you have Shooting Quasar right here, and then your opponent like nukes your Cyberdark Dragon, this dies, Cyberdark Dragon dies, this will activate and summon this straight from your extra deck, which is pretty nice, because then you'll have a 33 that can like negate stuff. So that's the reason I play the Shooting Star and the Shooting Quasar. And then Gagaria Cowboy, because he does burn damage, and also, like, I don't know, I just felt like they needed a rank 4. And Pentastag, really this should be like Land Felinkus or something like that. It doesn't really matter what link you put here, because because you're not gonna make it unless Cyberdarks get their own link monster that's like you can treat the equip as if it's a link material for this card's link summon. I feel like Dragunities would use that more, but that's just me. So, but yeah, that's it for the Cyberdark deck. The extra deck hasn't changed like at all. I still think Cyberdarks are pretty underpowered for what they are. I remember when I was a kid and watching Cyberdarks in the anime and being like, whoa, that's a really cool deck. That's insane how crazy his deck is. And then when I got older and I tried to build them, I was like, this deck sucks and I hate it. So yeah, that's Cyberdarks. And again, Patreon's in the description if you guys want to check that out. Plenty of ways to interact with us, get access to the Discord server. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. As always, tell me what I can do to improve this deck down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.